Have you ever come across a customer or a prospect who's just really cranky and really difficult? Most salespeople are absolutely terrified by these people. But the reality is oftentimes difficult customers can actually make the best clients. And because there's no BS and there's no fake positivity, they're going to give it to you straight. It's a huge opportunity, but you have to deal with difficult customers in the right way. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to deal with difficult customers in sales. Check it out. Number one, slow things down. Most salespeople, and the data shows this unequivocally, when most salespeople are coming across a difficult customer or prospect, they tend to speed things up. They tend to, because they're nervous, they tend to speak more quickly, or they tend to try to rush through things. Instead, slow things down. Think of it as a hostage situation, and you are the hostage negotiator, and you are dealing with the hostage taker. Hostage negotiators are always trying to slow down the situation, not speed things up. You want to do the exact same thing in sales. Show that you are completely unfazed by their difficult tone or by their aggressive nature. Instead, slow things down and let the pace start to slowly come down. Now, this doesn't mean that you're going to take your time to get through everything. Of course not. But you want to generally just slow down the situation and, most importantly, don't speed things up. Number two, stay unemotional. There is nothing that a difficult customer will sense more than when they get a salesperson to become emotional. And our natural reaction when dealing with a difficult person is to also get emotional. But you want to stay completely unemotional. Now, again, this doesn't mean you're completely deadpan, but instead, when you're talking to them, imagine that they're just a normal person and that you're talking to them completely unemotionally. What this is going to do is it's going to start to break that pattern to them because they're expecting you to get more emotional and talk more quickly and get kind of completely flustered. But when you show that you are completely unfazed by it, they're going to naturally start to match you. Imagine dealing with a difficult child. If the parent starts screaming and gets really emotional, the kid starts screaming and getting really emotional. But a really effective parent is going to stay calm and let the kids start to just mellow out. This is exactly what we want to do in sales. Stay unemotional. Number three, use a calm but firm voice. You want to use a voice that demonstrates to the prospect that you are not fazed, that they are not throwing you off. And you accomplish this by using that calm, firm voice. So it might sound something like this. George, I really appreciate what you're saying. Would it be okay if I took 30 seconds and told you why I called in the first place? And if after it doesn't make sense, we could hang up. Does that sound fair? The prospect is going to immediately sense that you are confident. And because you're using that calm, firm voice, you're showing you're just totally unfazed. And what's going to happen is you're going to notice their temperature come down and down and down. And they're going to start to lose that edge. And they're going to say, sure, fair enough. That's where you want to be. Number four, mirror their language. Now, mirroring has taken on a pretty new meaning in the past few years, where, again, we get this strategy from actual hostage negotiators, where we want to mirror the last few words that they say when they're talking to us. So if they say, yeah, things have been pretty bad lately, you would mirror that by saying, pretty bad lately? And now you're encouraging them to continue on. Mirroring is basically taking the last few words of what they last said and turning it into a question. And now what you're going to do is you're going to encourage them to continue going. You're showing that you've listened to them, you're really closely listening, and you're prompting them to keep going. What this will do is it'll slowly disarm them and it will get them talking. Number five, don't argue ever. It is never a good move to get into an argument with a customer or a prospect. You will never win because they don't need you and you really want to get into an effective conversation. So arguing is simply going to cause them to react and actually hold their ground even more. Instead, take a deep breath and use more of a Tai Chi approach where you want to use their energy and take it in the direction you want. So don't get into an argument. Instead, acknowledge what they're saying and dig deeper. Get them talking, ask questions, mirror their language, get them going. And what naturally happens is they eventually start to run out of that steam where they're really pushing back hard and they start talking to you like a normal human being. If you ever find yourself in an argument, you're in a bad place. Instead, slow it down, get them talking, and acknowledge that what they're saying is valuable and you want to understand more. Number 6, get them talking. I know I've already said this a few times, but it cannot be emphasized enough. When you're dealing with a difficult customer, most of the time they just want to express themselves. They just want to get it out there. Just think about the last time you called an airline or some kind of a customer service number and you were furious. You were just absolutely heated. If the person on the other end of the phone just listens to you and allows you to talk and basically vent, after about 30 seconds of venting, usually what happens is you're like, oh, okay, all right, I feel better. Like I got that off my chest. We want to use active listening to get them talking. The more a difficult customer is talking, the better off you are. If you find that you're doing a lot of the talking, you're in trouble because they're a difficult customer. They don't care what you have to say. They don't want to hear from you. They want to talk, and that's fine. Slow it down. Get them talking, mirror their language, ask them questions, understand what's going on, and the more you can get them going, the more likely they are to lower that angry tone or that difficult tone and start talking to you like a person. And then you can start to engage them back and forth in a real conversation. So there is how to deal with difficult customers in sales. Also, if you got some value, please like this video below on YouTube and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking my face that should be right about here to get access to a new video just like this one each week.